Greetings to you once again, and welcome to today's weekly outlook. Today is the 6th of April 2025. So we're going to start with the dollar index. We'll go straight up to the one week chart. I think we already looked at how the monthly candle started, or we can still maybe go back to the month. It's still the beginning of a new month. Today still the 6th. So if we look closely, we'll notice that on the DXY, we had price dropping right down to this other block right here. So we having that rejection from there. And maybe this might be the low of the month already as price has quoted. So we don't yet know. So go to the weekly chart. Now, DXY, we can see how price rejected from this breaker. This is a breaker on the weekly time frame. If you look at it closely, this is a breaker on the weekly, and then price rejected from there, pushing back higher, and also even closing above this fair value gap here. So this is a good sign for price, and just based on what the weekly is trying to show us, this high might be our next target on the weekly, which is like internal range liquidity, which means we'll likely have a pullback like that, take out this high, maybe to continue lower, right? So let's see how it looks like on the daily, but we have this swing high as a target, knowing that price is reacting off from a monthly key level. Therefore, price will be targeting some internal range liquidity, which is this high. So we can see this high is our internal range liquidity, and if price is taking it, we have some key levels here that can also resist price from pushing up if at all price will want to sell. So we have that to be our internal range liquidity, okay, from the weekly. Now, we're not going to focus so much on long term, but we just want to see where this week will likely be pushing out. And for a start, this previous weekly high will likely be taken out based on how heavy this rejection was, right? So let's go to the daily. Looking at the daily time frame as well, we see how price rejected off from that area. And one thing about this is that price did not take out this candle's low. If it could have done that, maybe we'll now be very confident that this is a CRT that is happening. But then price did not take out the low, so Friday was an inside bar, and which means there's some accumulations here, meaning that price will likely want to break out, right? So we have this high as a possibility. Then at this level, the daily is actually a little bit complicating, right? I mean, the daily is not that so much clear based on the fact that we have this as an inside bar, all right? And this area, we can see this is a breaker here. So maybe the daily want to push up into this area and then push back lower before we continue back to the upside, okay? But I just feel like this low will be protected, so price takes out this internal range liquidity. Something like that. Or still, we might have price react from here and still keep going down, which will make this candle a CRT, but there is a reason why I don't expect lower price from here. I will look into it on the. Let me just go straight to it so that I'll show you guys what I'm thinking. Euro USD. This should be DXY. Okay, good. All right, now look at what we had on GBP USD. There was some fair value gap here that we started looking at it on GBP USD. This is the weekly chart on GBP USD here. You will notice that we were anticipating price to fill this fair value gap quite a long time, but it did not. It took like how many weeks? 2 weeks before it finally filled on the third week, which was on Friday. I will share the recorded lesson after this, okay? Now, if you look at how the daily is on GU, this is a sign for more lower prices on GU, right? Maybe now to fill out all this internal range liquidity. We are going to come to GU for a moment. So All right. What I'm currently looking at here is this. We have an inside bar on DXY. Is the same thing on Euro USD, but this guy GU did not do the same thing. Probably that can be an SMT for higher prices, right? So for a start, let's go back to DXY. Let's look at DXY. Right. Okay, good. Now on DXY, before last, I think Friday, I spotted this area. You can call it an area of demand or supply, and we have this fair value gap just next to it, and it's a very nice zone, which means that there's a possibility that we can have price do something like this. Have price push up into this volume gap plus this breaker, taking out this candle's high and then dropping back down to this area for us then to move higher. All right, that will be good. And this low will be like inducement into that other block that we have here. I think this will really be good. And then if price tries to pull up back to that area, we might want to continue selling till we take out this low. All right, because also at some point, this looks like a market maker sell model. All right, first accumulation, second accumulation, smart money reversal, first, second, boom. So there is a possibility that price might really want to take out this low, but since it's a monthly order block, we expect some pullbacks from it, right? Maybe price can now buy from here, take out this high before we finally move down to complete the market maker sell model that we have here. All right. This price action is quite a little bit uh, not clear, or we don't have so much data to be so much clear about what price will likely do. But there is a possibility that we can have price sell from this breaker back down to this other block here. I think this is going to be my first target. All right. Price pushing into this, taking out this candle's high, and then dropping back down. We might as well even push up to take out the weekly high, but I don't think so. And then price will drop down to the other block here, buy up a little bit, then finally we take out the low to complete this market maker sell model that we have here. All right. All right. So let's look at it. Maybe we'll have something on Euro USD that will be much clearer for us to make good decisions on DXY. On Euro USD, good. On Euro USD, we noticed that this other block was tapped. But take note, on DXY, it was not tapped. So there is something going on right there. Let's go to something like 3 months time frame here. 3 months time frame on the good. Now, the 3 months time frame on Euro USD, we had a CRT on the monthly time frame, guys, that just played out completely. So we took out the CRT high. There is something called DPT. I don't really want to talk about it now, but there is can be some reversals coming in here. Okay. This is, we still have this area. I don't know if I just want to sell down to that now. And yeah, this area here. 3 months is still bearish. Okay. 3 months is still bearish. We're taking out CRT high. Okay, let's go back to the weekly. So you can also see how the weekly candle rejected from this other block here. Okay, this weekly other block, nice rejection from there as well. So after taking out these highs, and you can even see price is not even close within that. So there's a high probability that this price will going to be dropping lower and actually taking out this low that we spotted also on DXY, this low right here. So as internal range liquidity, maybe into this other block here. And yeah, that's it. And also we have this liquidity here, this candle that away, that's some liquidity that is sitting right there. I don't want us to go too far. I just want us to try to focus where the next weekly candle will likely look like. So which means that based on what I've been trying to explain, there's a possibility that we can have the weekly candle open trade down like this. Okay. We'll have a weekly candle that trades somehow like that. That's what I'm thinking. All right, we just have to open, take out the weekly high. I mean, trades to create a high, which will be clear on the daily. Yeah. So we'll continue lower. Remember, GU has already taken out its low, right, on the daily. But meanwhile, on Euro USD, we have not, prices like it's stubborn, doesn't want to go lower. After you can see on GU, price already took out that low. But yeah. All right, let's go to 4 hour this and see what is happening. 4 hour time frame on Euro USD. Okay, so trading a weekly key level will get confirmations from the 4 hour. Then we have this as our other block, which means if I'm a swing trader, I would want to engage this sell from here to target this low. This is our internal range liquidity. So if that's what I'm doing, I'll be targeting that low if I'm a swing trader. Probably that will be filled out this week. Internal range liquidity. Okay. So 4 hour, we can have something like this. Price opens, trade up a little bit, and then trade back down to take out this low. Okay. So that's Euro USD, therefore, which means on DXY as well, we can have price do what? Trade a little bit lower, take up that high before we'll see if price wants to sell or continue higher. If we're expecting Euro to sell off, we're expecting DXY to buy, right? And remember DXY also on the weekly chart, we see price looking like you want to, I mean, this so much rejection. This high on DXY as well is our next target, okay? The same low on this one, but GU had already taken that low. Now, this is actually SMT. Why? Because GU has already dropped so much, right? Let's go to maybe a daily chart. It will be much clearer. Okay. Now, if you look at these three assets, you will notice that on GU, GU has already taken out this low, all right? This low that was created Thursday, 27th of March. GU has taken that low already, and Euro USD has not, and DXY has not. Now, this is a possibility that GU might be the one doing the stop hunt, right? Since you can see that Euro, even after taking that high, did not drop back as much as GU did. So there's a possibility that GU is the one doing the stop hunt, maybe to continue higher. All right, regardless on the 4 hour time frame. After price tapped into that key level, we can be expecting at least even a case of death or price trying to take out internal range liquidity. Okay, so this week I'll be bullish on on the dollar index. I'll be bearish on GU, and I'll be bearish on Euro USD. So let's look at this GU of a guy. All right, so we took out that low. Maybe this week we want to take out previous weekly low, and then we push back higher to somewhere before we continue lower. Something like that. Confirm this SMT. Okay. We have we have a huge range here, and yeah. All right, so there's a possibility we can have price maybe trade a little bit lower if take note. Let me go back to let's put all of them together. If Euro USD wants to push higher as it has been reluctant to go down, then GU might do what we are seeing. This I'm going to update you guys more on what is happening this week, all right, especially after Monday will pan out. I think Monday will give us a good idea of what to expect on this price action. Because for now, it's a little bit, price has expanded in two directions. It's making it a little bit difficult to make clear, informed decisions. All right, so uh, we're going to expect more updates coming Monday. After Monday is pan out, we'll see what to expect. Monday will give us a good way to look at the charts, or it will show us having some issues with my network. So let's look at Bitcoin. Like I said, please, I'm going to be updating you guys more on what is going on with Euro USD, GP USD as the week goes by, right? So that we can have more clear expansion to make informed decisions. So the Bitcoin on the weekly time frame, we see price pushing lower. We traded down to think was it 76,000 or was it 78,000? Yeah. So remember, we're still kind of bearish on the Bitcoin, right? We're still bearish on Bitcoin. Even I think it was from the monthly chart as well. Price still was still so much bearish. Now we have this fair value gap on the 3 months time frame on Bitcoin. Where am I? We have this fair value gap on Bitcoin right here on the 3 months time frame. So we can still expect Bitcoin to drop down to 76,000 and maybe even tapping up to this highs here around 73, 72. So we are still bearish on Bitcoin, more lower prices to fill up the monthly average. Maybe from there it will still drop lower, I don't know. But that's our target, all right? 70, 76,600. So yeah, that's which is actually this low. So this low is going to be taken out to fill out that fair value gap, and we have this area here. So more lower prices to that. Let's look at gold. All right, gold last week was really bearish, and it's a good reversal sign. We have this internal range liquidity order block here. Maybe from here we can have more higher prices, right? So we expect gold on the weekly to drop down to 2,950. On the daily chart, it looks so good, also good as well. On the daily, we've closed lower. So price has been price this 2 days, Thursday and Friday was so much better. So this low is going to be taken out into this weekly order block where we have this breaker and we have also this other block here. So more lower prices on gold, but then we can expect price to pull up a little bit before we finally take out that low. The low is at 3,000. So 4 hour time frame, we can see price push back up to this area. And this network today is not friendly. And then we finally push lower to take out that low. So this is my expectation on gold. Maybe from there, we can target this low. Okay. And even more, remember we spotted this high. So down to this area. That's good. Let's look at which asset again is that US 100. Oh, US 100 this week has been dropping so heavily. And we now have this area, this other block here. Okay, that's our key level now. Can expect some swing buys from there if we have confirmations. This is a very good key level. We have this as our total. So I'll try as much as possible to catch this swing trade from here. If we catch a swing trade from this other block here, we can hold it a little bit up, maybe throughout the week. Okay. Yeah. That's US 100. Which asset have I not checked? USD JPY. GG and GG. Okay, GBP, USD JPY on the weekly time frame. We having that similar rejection as we had on in the XY. Let's look at it. Let's say 2 weeks. 2 weeks time frame. Guys, if you can get a good buy on US 100, you can hold it. Let's say 2 weeks. It's not bad. Yeah, if you get a good entry, you can hold, right? If you get a good entry, you can hold. We'll look forward to that. USD JPY, if we want to see higher prices on DXY, definitely we'll have this as a CRT on DXY, on USD JPY, okay? After price traded down to this level of demand here as well, we can expect price to trade back up to also take out that high, at least maybe filling out this fair value gap here. Yeah, so good. We have this other block here, and then this is a CRT. So higher prices on USD JPY. Let's see. Let's look at GBP JPY. GBP JPY has dropped really much, but we haven't taken out this liquidity here. I think we spotted this other block some time ago. Price is coming down to 8. We have not grabbed this low, so we can have something like that. That's GBP JPY. Okay, nothing much on it. Which other asset have I not checked? Which one is that? GBP AUD. Okay, let's look at it. AUD. Ooh, where did this buy come from? GBP Australian dollar. Where are we going to? This buy is really huge. Looks like this pair has been on a serious buy for quite some time now. This is serious. Let's look at it on the monthly time frame. Looks like a couple of months it's been steadily buying. About how many months? 3 months, and it's steadily pushing to the upside. I think we've hit a good level. Maybe price will want to come to this candle's high. This 0 week candle. Oh, 0 week there, I think. Yeah, I looked at this. There was a week here. Okay. Okay, so we've reached a level where we can expect maybe a pullback from. Okay. All right, so we're expecting a pullback from here. Okay. At least we've expanded so much to the upside. Yeah, I like the way this 4 hour is. Something like this. 4 hour CRT. 4 hour CRT, but we'll have to watch how this weekly candle, this next week's open, because price might want to do what? Take out this high before coming down to take out this low. All right, something like that. That's because this now is a previous weekly high, right? So, let me just leave it here. Let's leave it here. Remember, I'll update you guys on the group and various channels on what to expect after Monday has panned out.